Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Isco World. We will discuss about football and other related topic. In today's edition, we'll be discussing the match review among all the Premier League teams that compete in the Champions League. You know, when you hear the Champions League high team, you just begin to feel some level of goosebumps and it feels so bad if actually your team is not playing. Now, before we talked about how the Premier League team they perform in the course of this Champions League, I want you to like, share, and subscribe. Also, click the bell notification, and thank you for those who have actually subscribed and those who are yet to subscribe. Indeed, it's still open. You can make your subscription. Click the subscription button below, the red button there. Sometimes it shows black and the pen, but you will see subscription just under the video if you're not yet subscribed. So let's quickly go straight into the game, because there are a lot of shocking results that popped up in the course of this Champions League game week 2. And you know, every season you always see one team that will give you a shocker. Now, let's first of all talk about that of Manchester United versus Galatasaray. Now, when I saw the table, initially the draw, I was picking Manchester United to have his easy workout from this group. But you know, Champions League, if you're not prepared, you can receive the shocker of your life that you least expect. Now, before I talked about that of Manchester United, first of all, what is the problem with Manchester United? When Ten Hag was hired, there was promising results, and we were showed that this guy is a disciplinarian and he is actually a coach that is goal-driven, result-driven, but he has a pragmatic way via which he plays his team. But we can't really understand what is going on. Yes, there are a lot of injuries with Manchester United currently now. There are some off-the-field issues, and I never saw this coming. Manchester United inside Old Trafford, because mind you, among the 4 teams that qualify for Champions League this season, Manchester United is one team that has a good record when it comes to Champions League trophy. They've won 2. Manchester United in Old Trafford 2, Galatasaray 3. And Galatasaray is a team that have not scored any away goals since 2015 when I was watching the match. And I was so surprised. Now, Manchester United fans, I want you to comment. Did you really think that you did a good business by letting DK go and bringing Onana? Because there are some silly mistakes that this guy is doing. You know, in their match game 1 against Bayern Munich, his mistake cost them the game. And in the course of this game, his mistake also cost them the game as well. Not just for the fact that his mistake cost them the game. His mistake also allowed them to lose a midfield anchor in the person of Casemiro. So what is going to become of them? Now, let's talk about the second game, Lens versus Arsenal. I never saw this coming as well. Arsenal, they've been flying since the season began. Now, are they trying to make us understand that, yes, Champions League is a different ball game entirely than the EPL? Because they've been getting results here and there in the course of the EPL, and I was expecting them to keep up the same pedigree. Imagine their match game 1, they smashed their opponent like they never missed even the period they've not been in the EPL, in the Champions League. They never missed it, because when a team that has missed it for a long period of time coming and their first game, they are smashing their opponent, you're like, these people, I think that they are not in this Champions League to just count numbers. But I was so surprised. Game week 2, Lens 2, Arsenal 1. Now, is it that Arsenal form, they are now moving in a zigzag manner, in a roller coaster manner, that whereby the first game they will win and the next game you're expecting them to pick up results, they won't pick up results? What is happening? Arsenal fans, I want you to drop your comment with respect to that. Do you think that there are some issues that is actually cooking up that may begin to cost you? You know, this is what cost them last season with respect to the EPL that they missed out. Could that syndrome now show up in the course of the Champions League? Arsenal fans, drop your comment. Now, the next game we're going to talk about is between RB Leipzig and Manchester City. These are the defending champions. And when I was watching the game, yes, first half, Manchester City did not really live up to the standard which we're expecting them to, because I know all eyes was going to be on them since they are the defending champion. And when they scored the first goal, lovely goal from Foden, and before you know, boom, RB Leipzig has equalized. And you see this clock gradually winding, and you were like, doesn't mean that all the EPL team they are going to fumble in the course of match day week 2. And before you know, this is where the tactical flexibility and tactical masterclass of any coach comes into play. You see him making the changes, removing Foden, bringing Havertz, and he also bringing this latest guy they signed as well. And what a lovely goal from Havertz. This guy is gradually taking the focus from Erling Haaland and putting it on himself, because we believe that Havertz is going to live under the shadow of Haaland. That's why any player that is good, because the sky is so big to accommodate everybody. Whenever you're given the opportunity, make use of the opportunity. What a goal! Look at the calm composure. I know he's also nominated among the best FIFA Best Player of the Year. When Manchester City lost De Bruyne, people were thinking, this one that De Bruyne is not here in the team, definitely is going to affect them. But this guy just came in, Guardiola gave him a new role, and the guy is doing wonders. That is the game of a champion. And they end up getting 2 late goals. At the end of the day, RB Leipzig 1, Manchester City 3. Now, the last game we're going to talk about with respect to, this is actually for English Premier League team. You will see all the results displayed on the screen there. Is between Newcastle United versus Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Newcastle United, in their first game against AC Milan, they were reserved not to go out there just to make sure that they don't allow so many goals, and that game ended in a barrel 0-0. Now, in the game in St. James Park, I was thinking Paris Saint-Germain is going to smash them. But guess what? Newcastle United wallop Paris Saint-Germain 4-1. Wow. And you know one beautiful thing about Newcastle United is that they are coming in pack. You don't have a particular player that you're going to say, I'm going to man-mark. These guys, they are coming in pack. And they play the game like they are the big boys in the Champions League compared to PSG. These guys, they are apprentices. In the person of Tonali, I don't think that they have any other player in Trippier as well. But there are few players that have Champions League experience. I'm coming to a game against Paris Saint-Germain. Mbappe could not do anything. And his body feelings in the pitch, I just feel like this guy is saying, ladies and gentlemen, just come and hand so that I pack my luggage and get out of this place. Kudos to Newcastle United for that fantastic result. So in the course of this match game week 2, the team that actually water our appetite, especially with respect to English Premier League team, is Newcastle United. Now, they've made their statement that we are not just here to mark out numbers. We are here to cause an impact, and we are here to stay. Eddie Howe, nice jobs. And I believe that definitely they are going to be bustling. These guys have just won Manchester City in the weekend and in the midweek last week. In the course of the Carabao Cup, they eliminated Manchester City, and they are coming to put up this kind of masterclass against Paris Saint-Germain. That Paris Saint-Germain could not have an answer to every question that Newcastle posed before them. Well, that is actually a rundown of the review of all the Premier League teams, of how they perform in the course of this match game week 2. I want you to drop your comments with respect to how you think your team perform, and if your team is not there, also drop a comment if you think that there's any team that actually surpassed your expectation in the course of the results. Come on, let's go.